Hey, casual tutorial time. Anyway, got some requests to talk about string tension, so that's what we're going to talk about. But anyway, I'm going to assume that you know how to do basic throws and stuff, and so I'm going to assume that you've seen string tension before. I just feel like that's a safe enough assumption. If you haven't seen string tension before, then don't worry about it until you start noticing it, and then you're going to want to fix it. Okay. By the way, the literally easiest way to get rid of your string tension is to take the string off your hand and dangle it down. That gets rid of basically all of your string tension, so do that. Okay, so now the way that string tension works is that when the string gets too tight or too loose, the string tries to fold in on itself. Let's see if I can get the string to fold in on itself. UFO. Now the string is curling in on itself. An easy way to tell if the string is too tight or too loose is to compare the direction of this knotted mess to the string itself. If it's going in the same direction, then that means that your string is too loose. If it's going in the opposite direction, it means your string is too tight. In a practical sense, you're usually going to be working with your string being too tight if you're doing 1A. If you're doing 2A, you're going to deal a lot with your string being too loose. Okay, and that's because of the nature of the throw. A breakaway throw makes your string tighter, and a front throw makes your string tighter as well. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, it'll make your string looser, but it's not really that big a deal. So I'm gonna try to cover left-handed and right-handed, but it's difficult. Anyway, so breakaways and front throws make your string tighter. Forward pass throws make your string looser. So if you're a looper, you'll know that front throws are more common, and so your string will get looser. So anyway, let's talk about how to adjust your string tension. You saw me do that UFO there. That is basically the way the string tension gets adjusted. Okay, and if you can think of creative ways to make those happen, then that's the way you're going to do it. So you could just crassly throw a UFO in the opposite direction, and that would loosen your string. Okay, because I threw it in that direction, in my right direction, that'll make it tighter. Throwing it in the left direction will make it looser. But let's be a little more subtle than that. Okay, throw a trapeze, get into a chopstick sort of thing. Grab the string, pull it forward. You'll get a bit of a UFO motion going, and then that makes your string a little looser. If you do that same sort of configuration, but pull the string back, it'll make your strings tighter. Okay, you can also do that same trick from the split bottom mount. If you pull it backwards, it'll get looser. If you pull it forwards, it gets tighter. Basically, it's comparing the direction you're pulling to the direction of the spin. You can see my binder didn't work. Probably was partly because of string tension. Having bad string tension can mess you up a bit. I mean, also just because I'm not good at yo-yo, but whatever. Okay. Also, so that's one way you can do it. The other way that I like to do it is from a front throw, kicking the string to the right there will loosen your string, kicking it to the left will tighten it. So that's another way I like to do it. Yeah. Okay, so those are ways to adjust your string tension. Now, hopefully you're sort of paying attention to your string tension during your play, and that way you don't need to do big adjustments all at once. But let's talk about some ways to sort of prevent string tension from getting too bad. One thing would be, if you're just goofing around, just throw a forward pass in there every once in a while. That'll make your string tension not tighten up as quickly. Another thing is whenever your yo-yo stops, like let's say you're doing whatever you're doing, and you get tangled up. Okay, that's good. That was my goal. My goal was to get tangled up there. Now you need to start your yo-yo again. You could wind it. Don't do that, because when you do that, you notice that I'm implicitly doing a UFO. That means that my string is going to get tighter in this case. So you want to do something that doesn't make your string tighter. You should do a snap start. The snap start that I use, I choke up on the string a little bit, do a peace sign, put the string in your peace sign, so one finger on each half of the yo-yo. Then you pull down and backwards in order to get the yo-yo to spin. So that'll take a little bit of practice. The important thing to consider is that I am pulling backwards as much or more than I am pushing away from the yo-yo. Okay, and if you don't get a lot of, like if the bind you get from there isn't great, you can regen to try binding again. So regens are good for that. Yeah, so that's the snap start I do. You also have people who like to do snap starts like that. I don't find them to be as good. And you also have people who do, a snap start like that. You know, I'm not really good at that one, so I never do it. But it's another, so those are 3 snap starts you can try to figure out. Anyway, to me, the easiest one is definitely the palm start. It's the most reliable, it's the fastest for me, so that's what I use. So anyway, TLDR, string tension is horrible. It can ruin your slack tricks and it can make your binds bad. The way you identify if your string tension is too tight or too loose is by comparing the chirality of the mess to the chirality of your string. If it's the same direction, then you're too loose. If it's the opposite direction, you're too tight. You adjust your string tension by doing sidewinders and UFOs. And if you want to make your string tension build up not as quickly, you should learn your snap starts. Anyway, if you like casual tutorials, let me know. You can let me know by liking and subscribing on YouTube. You can leave comments on YouTube or on Reddit. Just let me know what topics you want. I do take requests. Anyway, if you have been liking it, thanks.